stream. So as you can see from today's thumbnail, there's not huge amounts going on at Spaceship headquarters. Well, there is, but not much we can talk about today. But we'll be talking about a few things to do with that process, how it's going. We're also going to cover what bots you would like to see in the next batch of Ability 11. Maybe not even the next batch, but what bots you would give Ability 11 to, and what you would like to do to those bots. In terms of testing, like I said, we'll talk about how we're going with that. Improvements to the game that should be coming over the next year and things we've talked about again in the test server. We're discussing about Omega's 5-star part and what I would like to see it come as and how I would like to see it come. And covering a request from our request channel in our VIP. So for those that don't know, in our VIP section of Discord, as soon as you've donated $20 to the stream, you get access to the VIP section, and that's just you get a few sneak previews of what we're going to do. You get to request content, things like that. So we'll be going through that. So let's see who we've got in the chat. So we've got the Crusher, who was first in. Welcome to the stream. We've got Brand Galvatron, one of our moderators. Thank you. And yes, today's question was, if you had the Spark, which original G1 bot would you give Ability 11 to? So this was more not... I know some people are saying like, well, we don't know what Ability 11 they get. It's more of a case of what's your favorite G1 bot you've got in your team that you would like to upgrade. That was more the idea, really. We have Evil Teacher. Welcome to the stream. We've got Grind Time, obviously. Dan Quash, is it? Quack? Jason Rowley, welcome. Who else have we got? A lot of people talking about their favorite G1 bots. We've got Windchaser, welcome. Taylor 417, Leader 1, how's it going, brother? We've got Sharksy, one of our other moderators, welcome. Philip Marty, we've got Vito Vukak, I think, Vukach, and Nuts Antilliwatt, and I think that's everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, what we're going to do is going to go through the newsletter. Then we're going to talk, like I said, a bit about Ability 11. We're going to talk about the things that I would like to see, the things that I think we'll see come this year to Earth Wars. And talk about a bit of discussions in playtest part and talk about the Omega's 5-star part. And there's nothing exclusive, guys, but just things that we'll be discussing in playtest and things, my point of view and things like that. Okay, so let me just turn the chat off my screen so I can see it properly. Cool. Okay, so this week's event is Bad Omens. So again, I just want to stress that, you know, most of the ideas for these events come from you guys or from the testers. So the more ideas you put in, you know, the better the game will get. Simple as that. So we've got 3 times 500,000 bot XP. I will talk about what I'm going to do with that and explain my reasonings. 20 million Energon, 20 million Alloy, which again the playtesters fought for, and we said that, you know, on all these events, right at the bottom pretty much, we need a lot of Energon and Spark for the newer players coming in. So yeah, really pleased that they're putting loads of Spark and Alloy into events to get people engaged. 50,000 combiner Spark, 50,000 combat Spark, 10,000 premium shards, 3,000 3-star shards, and 1,000 4-star shards. So yeah, a pretty easy event. Like I said, it's a 10k event. It does say 100,000, but obviously that is including the what they called final thrust crystals. So yeah, start as usual, and then you're getting something at every 400. Much. So, you know, every 2, maybe 3 battles if you're lower level, but pretty decent. Obviously, a War for Cybertron skin core is pretty good. Mounting mine up. And then you've got, obviously, the total Spark crystals. Up to 40, you will get 100,000. I've had a few complaints about, obviously, people saying, oh, it's a cash grab, 100,000, because people do buy, you know, bundles and want to level on triple XP. And, you know, they will get to 50,000 XP. And then, they'll have, you know, coins left over they want to use and they can't because the event's over. So just raising the ceiling. You know, these million points events, 2 million point events. As long as the main thing from these events is less than that, I'm all for it. And then anything after that is extra. I wouldn't want a 1 million point event with a 4-star crystal at the end, or 2 million point event. It's not really fair. I'd rather have the 4-star crystal earlier and then have, say, Spark and stuff, a bit later on, really, for the more dedicated players. So, roughly speaking, if you do 100,000, you're looking at 90,000 combat spark, 90,000 spark, and 90,000 combiner spark, which is it's okay. But is it worth 100,000? I'm not too sure. Personally, I would just run to the 10k. It's only triple XP. It was super XP, I might consider it, but it's only triple XP, so we're going to take it easy and then wait for the upcoming events. So we've got Tug of War coming as well. This is again come from some of the players test discussion, which we'll talk about. And yeah, so starting on this Thursday, we'll be teaming up for Alliance War Leagues for triple alloy, triple energon, triple spark, and 1,000 premium crystals per league. So pretty good. Bug fixes. So the only one that is actually happening right now is and trench foot extra damage is now applied to boosters, basically, which is it's a good addition, I think. Just to help trench foot, and calibers get a bit of an edge over the other ones because they're considered quite inferior in a way. Then we've got community content. We've got Transformers Earth Wars Addicts, who's run by Dirty Spot, and he's teamed up with Soldier. So make sure you go and check his Facebook page out. He does regular competitions, so go and check it out. I believe he's got his own Discord as well. I'm not in anyone else's Discord, I don't think. I think I'm in Hoist, but I don't really use it that much. Just for simple reason, guys, that I've got so much, obviously, with my own Discord, with my own channel as well, and the game and chats that I'm in. So it just gets a bit too much. So yeah, but if you're in all those Discord channels, guys, mine, Hoist, Dirty Spot, the Space 8 one, if you're in all those chats, then yeah, you just got more chance of winning, basically. So make sure you join up to all those Discord channels. And we've also got Skywalk Grey, who's doing a weekly giveaway. I'm not too sure what the giveaway is, but it looks like he's giving away some toys, which is pretty cool. But good luck posting from Australia, because I looked at giving some giveaways, and the postage from the UK to America was a bit ridiculous. So yeah, I decided not to, if that's a good reason. Sad but true. Okay, cool. That's covered the newsletter. So we'll skip onto the base. Give me a minute. I'll be right back. We're going to load our base up. Okay. So talking about ability 11. So there's been a bit of discussion, obviously, in the playtest chat. I think that the new combats were due to come out, or due to be, revealed in this week's newsletter. But there's been some problems with the art. We actually, I can see Spots in the chat there as well. Welcome, Spot. Like I said, I'm sure that if you go and check out his Facebook page, you'll see all his giveaways and things like that. And yep, he's got a giveaway started today. So there you go. So yeah, myself and the rest of the content creators all get the newsletter a day earlier, and we actually got revealed what the next combats would be. But then they soon afterwards sent us a message saying they're not ready yet. There's a problem with the art, so they won't be going out, sadly, this week. So next week's going to be action packed, though. That means so next week we'll have the new, and then next week we should have ability 11 in all its ore ready to go, hopefully. So that's ready for next week. And Grand Galvatron's asked if I can give a hint. Sadly not. I'll be honest with you, to hand, I could not even tell you. I'm not up on those things and that. And normally what happens is they come into the newsletter, and then I go and research them then after that. But yeah, nothing crazy, I don't think. Yeah, I don't even know abilities yet. All we got was, who it's going to be, and we get the art. That's all we get in a sneak preview. But we've not even got that. But next week, I think we'll get more. So going back to the ability 11 chat. So we've got the first 5 bots late last week, and those were tested and then put through their paces. And then yesterday we got the next 5 bots. So we've got all 10 in total. And the discussion for me has been around how far do you push these bots? That's been the question. So when we look at these bots, so what Space Apes seem to do is be starting right back at G1, starting at the start, and then working their way forward. So let's start right at the bottom. So for me, Sideswipe, for argument's sake, I'm not sure a lot of people have got a decent level Sideswipe. Most people is pretty low down. Most people. I'm not saying everyone, but most people. So the problem you've got is the higher level people that haven't got a high Sideswipe, that have got the spark to level him, won't. They won't bother. Those that are using him because they've got no bots won't have the spark to upgrade him. So those that can won't, and those that will can't. And I think that's a big problem with Ability 11. And I said personally that Ability 11 needs to be amazing for these sort of bots. And we should also look to, and if it's not going to be 11, we should fix the bots to make them good and then give them Ability 11. And, that's, I think, the problem with the Ability 11. There's some bots that will never see it in their current state. And for me, it's bots like Sideswipe, Slug, Cosmos, Pyramagna, Tigerhawk, maybe, Mirage, Cliff Jumper, Power Glide. Who else? Inferno, maybe. I don't know. Pipes, Huffer, Jumpstream, maybe Hound, Ironhide. These sort of bots, that will, for me, never see the light of day. You've got other bots down there as well, like Dust Up, Lightspeed, Nose Cone, Streetwise. These sort of bots, they already need fixing. I get that Space 8 don't want to overload themselves with fixing old bots. I understand that, don't get me wrong. But I don't want them to be the best bots in the game. I don't want them to upgrade Sideswipe to be better than Goldfire and Starsaber. He's not going to be. But I want him relevant so that we can at least give him Ability 11. And I think the Apes have said that, when they come out as a 5-star batch, then, they might look at him again like they did with the last batch. Let's be honest. They did an amazing job. The playtesters and the Apes did an amazing job with the last batch. Probably the best batch in the game. Did extremely well with it. I don't want to wait every 9 months before we buff another 5 bots. And then another 5 bots get left in dust. I mean, the likes of Sideswipe, Slug, Mirage, Cliff Jumper, Power Glide, those sort of bots, Huffer, we're here in the game's concept when it started 4 or 5 years ago, and they've never been fixed since. And I think it's time we start, we need to start sort of fixing these bots. And that's my personal opinion. And I know they're stuck for time. They've got loads to do at the minute. I understand that. But I just think that, we have a duty to, at least if you're going to include them in Ability 11, we have a duty to then bring them a bit more, into the meta, so to speak. So that then when they come a 5-star, we're not fixing them again. So that's where I stand. And I think that a few of the bots come in Ability 11. There's some really good bots in there where I've seen their Ability 11 and I'll be honest with you, there was one bot and I got the Ability 11. I used it and I thought, oh, wow, this is really good. And then I realized that I'd not actually put any cores on that bot at all. I was like, hang on a minute. If he's this good without cores, so I put a core on him, I put a combat bot on him, and I was like, wow, this is going to be amazing. Vito, sadly, I cannot say. I honestly can't. But I'm just giving you a bit of an insight as much as I can. But yeah, I was literally like, wow, this guy is amazing. Then there's a few bots like that. There was one bot especially, and a couple more that was like, wow, this is really good. Then there was a few more where I was like, it's all right. It's not bad. I might not give any of my bots that upgrade because they're, the bench warmers or they're in raiding teams. I'm not going to waste $1 million spark on that, but they're all right. And then there was other bots where I was like, this is awful. This bot will never see ability 8, never mind 11. They need upgrading already. And some of the ability 11 upgrades, some of the testers were like, can we not have this for 1 to 10? and then give 11 something else. I think that's part of the reason as well why it took so long and why that, we've not got anything as yet. So, the playtesters are pushing these bots better and better, trying to get the most out of them we can. And, that's where we sort of stand with Ability 11. But we're talking, I'm talking, obviously, I would like bots here. And Ratchet's already got it. So, original G Master, Blades, but Blades is overpowered to hell already. Sandstorm, Prowl, Jetfire, Sludge, all these are G1 bots originals, Cup. And, we've already thrown our ideas around on these are the bots that I would like to see. But the problem you've got is you don't want all the bots to come out in one batch, because then what happens then is, you've got 10 bots that you think, oh, I want to give all 10 ability 11, and you can only hold 4 million spark. So you're going to get 4 million spark, and you've got 6 million to find, and you're just saving and saving and saving. What you'd like is, again, a few amazing bots, a few okay bots, and a few poor bots. But for me, the poor bots should be upgraded a bit to be okay. And I wouldn't, I don't want a 5-star batch with any bots where you're like, I don't want that batch, that bot. Even the current batch with Rhinox, even if you pull Rhinox, you might be a bit annoyed or disgruntled, but he's still a good bot. By any means, you'll still like him, you'll still use him, you'll still go on your war team. It's still a great bot, and that's what you want. You want that, even though you're disappointed, you're like, I'm disappointed, but I can use this guy. I can use this. I can put him in my team still, and I want that with Ability 11. I want Ability 11 to have all these bots, and I want, that one guy that has, I'm trying to think of a 4-star. Hasn't got a 4-star skydive. I want that guy that uses skydive a lot, because he hasn't got 5-star jets, he hasn't got other jets that can do that damage. And the Ability 11 comes out and he's like, wow, I've got to save up, I've got to give this bot Ability 11, I need some spark, I'm going to do events, I'm going to do wars, I'm going to do everything I can to get Ability 11 for this bot. And that's sort of what I want from each bot. I want every bot to be, to have that desire. I don't want people that are using skydive to go, I've got skydive, it's my number one bot, but it ain't worth it, and that's, that for me is, where I stand with Ability 11, and that's what I will fight for, tooth and nail. Whether we get it or not is up to the apes. It depends on balancing. It's up to them, but that's what I will fight tooth and nail for. But yeah, we're still tweaking them. We've still got a few things to do. We're still fighting for a few bots, and yeah, hopefully we can get some good Ability 11. Talking about Spark, we've been talking a lot in the playtest chat as well about the availability of Spark, and I think that's why they've done Tug of War. We've also talked about war rewards in Prime League especially, and as soon as you mention that, people are like, oh, you're gearing this towards the top players. We're not. What we want is there's complaints that in Cyber, there's teams in Cyber that could push to Prime League that aren't, because they can win more in Cyber and don't push themselves. What we want Prime League to be this massive carrot dangling, and people are like, you know what? We can do it in Cyber very easily. But wow, those rewards in Prime League are amazing. I want to push on. And for me, I think that war rewards need improving to be, on par with events. And I'm not saying like you get that sort of crystal, but something in terms of Combiner Spark, especially. Because as this game's gone on, yes, combiners have got bigger and better, and you need bigger and better combiners. But a few reasons. So one is we've got, 5 combiners in the game? Is it 6 maybe? 5 or 6? With Computron coming. And you share the spark out. I mean, looking at mine. So yeah, Shark says 6. We've got 6. With Computron, we'll have 7 combiners. So let's just say all mine was 16. I wanted to get them all to 20. Because the more combiners you have, obviously, the better you can do in wars. And let's just say I want them all at 20. And then at 20, then that will make bases harder. So people are, complaining in 3 or 4 months' time about HQ 17.5 being too easy, because the combiners will be upped and it will make it a lot harder. So that's what putting Combiner Spark in will do. It will help lower players, catch up and upgrade their combiners. So to upgrade Defensor, You're talking what, 310,000 there. Let's call it roughly 4 levels. You're talking 1.5 mil per combiner. Per combiner, 1.5 million. 1.5 million. 6 is 9 million. You're talking 10 million combiner spark to get all your combiners to 20. That's not including the 600,000 per level it is to get Omega Supreme higher than 20. So when they bring his 5-star power out, you'll have to get 600,000 per level. Now, when you look at that and then think about this week's event where we're getting, 200K, if they give out 200K every single event, that's what it would take you 9 months. That's if they did that, and they won't. It would take you 9 months just to get every combiner from 16 to 20. It's a crazy amount of combiner spark, and I think they really need to catch up. And what people are doing is they're concentrating on one combiner right now and leaving the rest just to die a terrible, terrible death. And that's if they're all 16. I mean, I've got combiners. I mean, I've got Optus Maximus at 7. I've got Superior at 11. So Victorian at 14. So Volcanic at 14. And I'm in a top alliance, Supreme 15. And even I haven't got the the spark for all those. And even if you buy bundles, you're getting 20 or 30K bundles even. So, it's a long, long way off. They need to really increase combiner spark. They need to really increase spark. Combat spark is not too bad. I'm not going to lie, because in bundles you get quite a bit. You get the free combat chip. So combat spark isn't too bad to get, but especially combiner spark and spark. Even if you think about it, if you have all your team ability 8 of normal spark, that takes ability 11 is 2.5 mil. Times by 8 bots is, nearly 20 million spark. 20 million spark to upgrade your team's ability 11. 20 million. That's crazy. Absolute crazy. So I think there's going to be an increase in these. I really do. I think they need to. And whether it's going to be in wars, we've been talking about a war overhaul. I mean, wars have been the same for many, many years. Those that remember wars when the game first come out were totally different, and they changed them, and they haven't really changed since. They've added in hard mode and things like that, but I think that the rewards need a bit of a shake-up. They added Zen, but that's from a necessity. So I think they need to add more spark. I really do. And whether that's going to be in wars, whether it's going to be in events, whether it's in crystals, who's to know? Who's to know? But I think that will be something that's come to the game. I really do. Elimination mode wars. Well, grind time, this is just that, but you are pushing people then to having so many bots, and then once you add that in, you might give them that spark. But once you add elimination mode wars, 8, 16, 24, 30, you need 40 war bots at ability 11 at 2.5 mil each. You're talking 100 million spark. Good luck getting that. Sharks has put a spark harvester. I don't think they're going to give spark for free. I really don't. So I think that they'll put them in maybe bundles, increase them. I think they'll do them in events, especially in the total spark crystals and things like that. But one point we've touched upon as well is the Shanix store, which I think really needs improving. The costs of all the things in there, especially the G1 cores. I've said this to the apes that I will never, ever advise someone to buy G1 cores with their Shanix. I know guys that have spent 30,000 Shanix on G1 cores and not got a single G metal. It's a 1% drop chance. You can upload 100 and still not get one. The drop chance is ridiculous. If you are going to buy cores, then buy squad cores. But that, by no means, if you just want cores, you've got Shanix lying around and you just want cores out of it for fusing, then yeah, by all means, yeah, do that. But, I wouldn't waste your Shanix on G1 cores. Well, actually, Crusher, the squad cores have actually got better drop rates. We'll have a quick look. The squad cores, I've got some good squad cores by getting squad cores. No, Shanix store. So looking at the G1 core, So you can see there that a random G metal is a 1% drop rate. A gold is 10%, and there's only silver in there. That's a good thing that you can only get silver. And that's pretty good. Looking at the metal is 10% along with the gold. So yeah, but you've got a lot better chance of getting the G metal. You've got more chance of getting a bronze, true. But you know, you got a lot better drop chance. So if you are going to buy cores, then you know, I'd buy a squad core. Golden Lagoons are obviously a good purchase. Like I said, I've bought a few. I think I bought 2 actually. That's enough. And obviously XP cores, but these are just, you know, not enough. They really aren't, especially Combiner Spark. I mean, 10,000 Spark, so I can get what? 37, 370. I can get 100k Spark for my 37k Shanix, which is not too bad. You know, 700k Spark, almost a million Spark, which is pretty good. But then you half that, you're talking 350,000 combat Spark, which is not bad. But then Combiner Spark is crazy, you know, a quarter of that. I think they need to up that Combiner Spark. For me, I would rather have them all at 500 Shanix and 10k. Personally, I would rather have 10k Spark, 10k Combat, and 10k Combiner Spark. And that's what I would preferably have. And for those that are wondering, no, I'm not saying for Primal. I really am. I don't really like the guy. So I haven't got anything else to spend them on. Plain and simple. Yeah, there's no real reason. Yeah, I think they really need to increase Combiner Spark in the game. I think they really do. Talking about Omega Supreme's 5-star part. And here's the question that came up in playtest we were discussing. The apes didn't jump in on this, but this is what we were seeing. So everyone said that, you know, the 5-star Omega Supreme part will be a leaderboard. Definitely it will. And that's it. So if they did that, if they brought Omega Supreme's part to the top 5, which is standard for the 4-star bot, what would they give everyone else? What would they give from 6 to onwards? 6 to 10, 6 to 20, 6 to 100? What would they give them? 4-star crystals? That sort of leaderboard, I'm not going to go all out doing 50 to 70k for a 4-star crystal. No, they're not going to bring a new bot into it as well. They're not, they're not that frivolous. But Sherbet's put shards. People aren't going to spend for shards. They're not, sadly. And I think that's a problem. And what we said was, why not? And this may, cause a bit of an uproar and people are like, what? But why not make it a 2 million or 3 million event? You might think 3 million, that's crazy. But if it's a leaderboard, only 5 teams can get it. Only 5 teams. That is it. No one else can get it. And that's discouraging everyone else. 5 will go for it. The rest will just give up. They won't really bother. It's not going to be a real leaderboard. If they made it a totalizer where it's 2 or 3 million, it gives every single team the opportunity to go for it. You might not be able to, but it gives every team the opportunity. If you're in a lower alliance and normally you don't do well in events or in, leaderboards, but you go, you know what? I actually want this. You can merc. You can go, you know what? I'm going to merc. I'm going to merc for, I'm going to merc for this team. So I get that 5-star Omega Supreme part, and then, you can come back to your team and go, right, I'm ready for that 5-star Omega Supreme. But then if you get that, what's the point if you're not going to get Combiner Spark? Hence back to the argument of we need more Combiner Spark in the game. And this is where it all sort of stemmed from, that we need more Combiner Spark. Doing a top 5 just for Omega Supreme is not going to be great for the apes. It's not going to be cost effective. And, it's not going to get as many people engaged. And that's our feedback. So I'm hoping that at least it's 2 million, maybe 3 million. You've got to think that the last 2 million event was for what? Was it 2,000 5-star shards? This is for a 5-star combiner. So I would not be surprised if it was 3 million. And 3 million, you're looking at 75k per player. If they increase Combiner Spark, I'd probably do it. I probably would if they increase Combiner Spark. If they don't, then maybe not. I don't think I'll ever see level 20 unless they increase Combiner Spark. So what's the point in putting the points up unless they're going to increase Combiner Spark? Vito, I don't think they'll do 4 days. I really don't. I think the last one was only because of the circumstances. So if they do a 2 million event, it would be 2 million over 3 days only. Definitely. They have said that they won't do another 4-day event. It's only going to be 3-day events. But yeah, it will definitely, yeah, maybe 2 million, but I would more lean towards 3 for my expectations because of how prestigious it is. I actually enjoyed the 4-day event. I'm not gonna lie. The bigger the event, the better. But then I was off work, so I would not have enjoyed it if I was back at work. I'd have been pretty annoyed. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, so that's my feelings on 5-star and Mega Supreme's part. And for those that oh no, I can't go on test server. I was gonna show you. We can't go on test server, sadly. Almost. But yeah, what we will do is when that we do that ability 11, hopefully next week in that stream, we'll try and show Mega Supreme just to remind everyone of what a 5-star Mega Supreme can do and what it's like. Jesus Fonseca has put he needs the 3-star part. I'm pretty sure you can purchase it from the Shanix store. So if you do your raids and events, you'll probably get enough Shanix quite easily to get the 3-star part, and then even the 4-star part if you save up. So yeah. What else do we want to talk about? Yeah, so talk about improvements we wanted to in this year. So like I said, definitely an overhaul of wars. I think the events are really good. I think what I've done the events is really, really good. And I think they really need to focus on, wars more now. I think everything else in the game is pretty decent. Nick Hendricks has asked, what should a low-level player invest Shanix on? Well, if you're not planning on getting any 5-star bots and saving up, then obviously 5-star Optimus Primal is a squad cores are good if you have a decent selection of bots. If you are going to spend a decent amount of money leveling bots, I would definitely use a Golden Lagoon and XP core. Definitely, you get so much value for money out of that. If you're not sure how to do Golden Lagoon leveling, then go and check out my video on how to Golden Lagoon. It's totally revitalized. I'm not saying it's me, but I learned it from someone else. But Golden Lagoon leveling has totally revitalized how we level bots and the amount of XP we get. Hence why I think that 17.5 came so soon. But yeah, to get to go up 2 or 3 zones from what you normally attack and get XP is absolutely crazy. Any more questions? Taylor's asking, in reality, that 5-star part will be outdated or available within 6 months. Everyone who won it, I think, won't have it upgraded without Combiner Spark. Yeah, exactly. Some will. I think that Grind Time has a level 19 Omega Supreme. So yeah, there's some players that will have enough. But yeah. Goza, I'd like to know if you test players can data mine. Well, back in the day, we used to. I used to data mine, and I think it used to really annoy the apes that I used to data mine. I would data mine. Data mine is basically getting information out of the game that is not available yet. And sometimes it was really hard. But what you'd look in, and you go, oh, Hoist. That means Hoist is being developed. Hoist is coming to the game. Definitely bam. And you'd look at the text, and it'd be all a bit of you're not too sure. But you'd see Hoist, and then you'd see heal. Okay, I know that Hoist is coming out soon, and I know he'll have some sort of healing ability. And that's what we sort of used to do. And Space Ape sort of changed the way they do things to sort of prevent data mining. It made it a lot harder. And I actually complained about it. I'm not going to lie. So, these are the things that we do on our channel to try and, get views and to try and get people interested and get exclusives. And then soon after that, they brought out the content creator, program. Well, I got accepted to it anyway, which was good for me because I don't have to data mine anymore. So yeah. But yeah, from what I remember, they made it very difficult to data mine, and it got almost impossible. and hence now I don't need to because I get a bit of prior access. So yeah, it's pretty cool, and obviously you guys do as well a bit. I try and give as much information as I can, but obviously I am limited to what I can say. But I will give you, like I said, about the play test, how it's going along, what we are doing, what we're talking about, and things like that as much as I can. Cool. So someone did ask, I seen in the chat about an AOE team. I used to have an AOE team. I used to use it. I'm trying to remember cleanup crew. That's what it was. I used to have a cleanup crew, and go and check that out because that was at HQ 16. So if you're at HQ 16 now, that cleanup crew will still be viable now at HQ 16, and it was very, very powerful. So if you want to see some good AOE attacks with no healers, then go and check the cleanup crew video, and that will show you how to use some top bots. I think I used a 4-star Goldfire, Star Saber, bots like that. And yeah, it was really effective. That I didn't use healers forever. And I hated healers to the point where now I've got to use healers now. I use 2 healers and I have to. That's it. And I think a big part of the game, people get annoyed in the game, quit the game, drop down, whatever it is, because of frustrations. And I think that the problem is that every time there's a HQ increase, things are going to change. Things that are meta won't be anymore. Things that aren't will become meta. I use Goldfire a lot. I dropped him for 6 months at HQ 17. And then as soon as 17.5 come out, I've started using him again. And he's one of the most effective bots at HQ 17.5. And, that's what happens. You've got to be able to drop a bot and go, I'm going to level someone else at the top levels anyway. But don't be too stuck on squad power, guys. I've seen too many guys going, look at my team, it's 30k, but I can't win in wars. Yeah, because you haven't got a healer in there. You've just got to put your 8 best bots, 8 warriors in there. You ain't going to win with 8 warriors. You're not going to do it. You're not going to win with just 8 bots thrown together. You've got, as we said, about a a team that's made up well together, that sort of complement each other. There's a lot to be said for doing that rather than just putting 8 bots together. Concentrate on having gunners in there, tanks in there, bots that, like I said, complement each other and can be used in in tandem. And we're going to talk about that, about different bots that can be used in tandem together, and good combinations of bots. And yeah, Banikos has put, it's all about squad chemistry. It is. It's exactly that. You better maybe drop in, 1, 2, 3k of squad power to get a well balanced team with good chemistry than you are just throwing a lot of bots together at 32k and throwing them into war expecting to win. But you've also got to say, you know what, this bot, I did it. I had Sentius in, and I thought, you know what, he's not really working. I dropped him for Rook. I've got 5-star Cheetor in there. I think I'm going to drop him. I'm not too sure who for. Maybe Smokescreen, maybe Jetfire, 5-star, maybe even a 4-star Hoist or someone like that. You've got to be prepared to look at your squad and go, what do I need? Yeah, not everyone's, in the in that place where they can go, yeah, I can drop a bot and just level another one. But if you have another bot, look at your bots and go, you know what, this guy's a bit less powerful, but will work a lot better in my team if I give him another 2 or 3 levels and bring him up to that. And try incorporate that bot then and give it a go and see how it goes. Might work better, might not. But you're not going to know unless you try it, and have a bit of thought behind it. Have a think and go, what is my team lacking? What does my team need right now? Is it a one shot? Is it an AoE? Is it a healer? Is it some sort of protection? Is it some health? What is it? And then whatever you're missing, just have a sole focus on that, go for it, and then give it a go. Simple as that. Jesus Fonseca's put he had a 4-star crystal and opened it for 4-star Mirage. I will tell you this much, that Mirage was awful, and then they give him a bit of a buff, give him some damage, then they give him a G1 core. And personally, I think he'll come as a 5-star. I really do. I think that they put a lot of effort and a lot of time into Mirage, and they mentioned him a few times on the stream. So if you've got a 4-star Mirage, then I wouldn't be too disappointed right now. Like I said, they put a lot of it. For some reason, they just focused on him, and I think there's plenty of other bots that need you know, a lot of focus. But you know, Hoffa for one, Pyro Magnus. Oh, there's quite a few. You know, but I know that you know that they have mentioned Mirage quite a bit. So you know, if you got a 4-star Mirage, don't be too worried. Gozza's put Wozza, one thing I'd like to see coming is squad synergy. They have mentioned it. They have, and I think it will. And for me, I would like to see like a 10% increase in DPS, say, for every other bot you've got the same. And me and Grindtime were talking the other day about if you had synergies and it was all the combiners. So if you had a combiner bot, if you had 2 combiner bots on your team, you got a 10% increase. 3, 20%, 4, 40%, 5, 50%. But you need all 5 combiner bots in your team to get that 50% increase. If you could do that, which combiner would you use where you had to have all the bots in one team? And it's quite difficult. And I think me and Grindtime sort of settled on Volcanicus, we think. But then you have got Slug in there. You have got Sludge, who's very situational. It needs, you know, it needs honeycombs. So, but then you have got Swoop, who's decent, Grimlock, who's decent, and Snarl. So you've got 3 decent ones. One you wouldn't want to do is Victorian. You know, I wouldn't do Victorian. You know, you've got to think the bots you've got to have in your team. You've got to think you got Jump Stream, Dust Up, Rustus is okay. I wouldn't do that. Hotspot, First Aid, Streetwise, Blades, yes. So yeah, Protector Bot's a good shout as well. That'd be a good one. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Vicky really has got Hotspot's pretty good. Rustus is okay. But yeah. Yeah, Grand Galvatron Hoist did chase Rustus, and I chased the Dust Up at the same time. Yeah. Grant has put you have to level them up high to make them usable for Vicky. Yeah, exactly. So you've got to level more up as well to get that synergy. And I like the idea, you know, of giving them a DPS increase. I wouldn't give them health, I give them DPS because that then makes the gunner part of them, you know, really good. And you know, Gozza is having lots of fun messing around with a Vicky team. Maybe they do complement each other. Maybe. Grand Galton asked if I read the story. No, I haven't yet. No, I've not even seen it. You have to post that in the in our chat, Grand Galton GG. Silverbot and Airaid. They're both good bots in terms of Superion. Skydive's still good as well. And Firefly, but then you do have Powerglide, which is one of the worst bots in the game. So maybe not. Maybe not. But yeah, I did, like I said, I did get a request about synergy of bots, and so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go through my team, and I'm going to talk about my raid teams and go through sort of not synergy in terms of the bots getting their you know, additional stats, but complement each other and why I've got the bots that I have. So in this team, it's Goldie Pop, and the premise behind it is to use Goldfire to pop the outposts, and then basically a warp team. So the idea behind it. So we'll start from the front. So Goldfire is a lot of damage. So personally, I have Vector. I'm thinking about putting Megatronus on. And the reason for that is that I like to attack with 8 bots. Simple as that. But I do like Goldfire a lot. Does incredible damage, 4,300 damage. Can't wait till he gets ability 11. I cannot wait. He will be the first bot that gets ability 11 on my team. But I like to attack with 8 bots. Vector may come off of Megatronus, maybe. I've got to think about that. It all depends on, like I said, you know, not too sure. And then obviously Smashdown. I just like Smashdown because I like the fact that he stuns defense, and that his normal damage against bots and combiners increased by 25%. Because he is the highest DPS warrior in the game, it makes sense to give him Smashdown rather than another warrior, maybe Rook, because 25 of his damage is nowhere near as much as Goldie. But then if you are sacrificing Goldie, then there's no point in putting Smashdown on him. There's no point. So that's the reason that I have Vector and Smashdown together. Vector to bring him back. So I am attacking with 8 and Smashdown to fight the combat bot, fight the combiner and the outpost bots. Because if you sacrifice Goldfire, then there's no point. Who is his gold counterpart? Is it Thrust, I think? Or Dirge? No, it's Thrust. Yeah, Thrust. All right. Oh, Ramjet. Sorry. Yeah, Ranikos. Yes. Ramjet. No, it is Ramjet. 100% Ramjet. Thank you, Vanikos. Thank you. Yes, Ramjet. And then next up, we've got Rook. So on Rook, we've got my Cronus. And the reason we've got my Cronus is just that we want someone in the team to my Cronus. And, you know, we want really either your gunners or your tanks. Some people put them on healers, but you got to remember your healer stands right back. And sometimes the healers won't reach your tanks. And so your tanks won't get as much healing. So I'd recommend putting them either on gunners or on tanks. But I definitely use my Cronus, and I think you know, it's essential pretty much. I use Sound Barrier for protection. Shield nearby allies from 17% damage for 4 seconds every 15 seconds. I'm not too sure about the 4-star. I'm not convinced on it. It's pretty good, but I'm thinking maybe the 5-star will be better. I don't think it gives enough protection. Maybe Taraxodon. I used to have Taraxodon on him, which increases DPS value and obviously heals as well, but it only heals himself. But it is healing. So I have changed Sound Barrier, and I have seen some, I've struggled a bit. Not struggled a bit in wars. What I mean by struggling a bit, I mean dropping some attacks. So I'm not too sure whether that's the Sound Barrier, whether it's just better base design. I'm not too sure. Next up, we've got Blaster. So Blaster, Quintus. You've got to have a Quintus health bot. Otters Prime is a brilliant bot to put it on. He's got high health, high DPS. But yeah, I definitely put it on Otters Prime if you have 4-star, 5-star and use him. But I like it on Blaster and Night Stalker too. I think that Night Stalker may get dropped eventually. But I did notice today that I was in a top level war and Night Stalker lasted quite a while. So level 7 Night Stalker has 10,000 health, which is pretty good. I can see Leader One's said I need more combat support. Well, I've got 460k, so I have got enough. But I am a bit of a hoarder. I like to hold back and make sure that the investment is 100% before I fully go in. What I don't want is to invest in something and then all of a sudden I've invested in the wrong bot. People combine a spark or whatever it is again, or combat spark. So I'm saving it until I really decide on, which bot to invest in or which combat to invest in. But I think I'm going to save it for 500k and put it on Top Shot, 5-star. You can't go wrong with that, can you? Really? You'd burn that so quick, probably. Cheeto, like I said, listen, Cheeto is brilliant, but all my team is balanced around healing and protection. We'll go through that in a minute. But Cheeto is basically all about damage. Yeah, he does heal himself with his attack, but he's so focused on being the damage. So you've got to have Amalgamus on Cheeto, basically. If you've got Snarl or Cheeto, definitely put Amalgamus on them. And then Flak, obviously, to give him that range. Then we've got Blades. Blades, obviously, Alpha Trion is a must in my squad. I will always have Alpha Trion in there. And then we've got Top Shot as a 5-star. And yeah, again, an amazing combat. I was super pleased when I popped that. And can't wait to give Blades ability 11. And then we've got Trax, one of the few 4-stars I have on my team. That's got Top Shot and Primer. I think I'm going to change that round to Flak and Primer. Someone told me that Top Shot Top Shot stacks with Primer. I'm not too sure personally. I want to double check it, but I'm going to try and do Primer and Flak together rather than Primer and Top Shot and see how that goes. But yeah. And then we've got 2 healers, Ratchet 5-star with the heal beam and rung. I want a 4-star rung. We've obviously give him ability 11. Leader One's put Alpha Trion on Ratchet. I just like the heal beam on Ratchet to give them more healing. And then First Aid is ready for cooker, but I can't put him in yet. and he has a G Metal G1 core, his ability 9, and he has dial at level 9 as well. So again, all this team is focused really around. You've got Gold Fighters damage, then you've got Rook, who I use to, if I'm by defenses, especially like beam lasers, things like that, I will throw Rook's Hollow in to prevent defenses hitting them. I will throw Blaster's minions in to prevent whatever it is hitting them. I keep them away. I keep Blaster's minions away from shock towers and maybe mortars if I can. So it depends on base design and on when I'll throw Blaster's minions down. Cheetor again is around damage, but he heals himself. Blades, I don't actually use him so much for damage, hence why I haven't got an EO core on him. I use him more for again distracting defenses. If those defenses are hitting my bots, I'll hack them until they get into range. Trax is obviously there for protection, Ratchet there for healing, and First Aid for protection and healing again. So personally, I've focused all this on purely around being defensive more than attacking, and it's weird to have that sort of mindset that you're not looking at damage, you're not looking at one shots and how much damage you can do. You're looking at how much protection, how much you can heal your bots. It's sort of reverse engineering. It's a bit weird that you're not looking at damage. You let your combat bots and let your gunners deal with that. Let them do that. Let the rest of your bots concentrate on healing and things like that. And there's a few people asking me to show them, so I will. I'll go through all the teams first and why I make up the teams that I do for raiding, for events that I'm going free to play, things like that, and their sort of makeup. That's my raid squad. I love having bots that can just chew at the HQ. So basically, get rid of the shield generators, then just use tracks to rush to the HQ, walk step by step. Once you're there, unleash Slash, unleash Cheetor, use Blade to distract the defenses, use tracks to protect them, use Blaster's minions to protect them, and just keep going at it with Slash and Cheetor. Simples. Okay. Sorry, go slow. That's the bots that I use for raiding for John and Alloy and stuff. I tend to not use my wall bots so I can attack in between. And then go straight up to number 8. So this is how I sort of set my teams up. So I have at least 2 tanks, definitely 1 or 2 gunners in there. You've got to make sure you got gunners in there to get over walls. You don't want your tanks just hitting at walls constantly. So you've got to have gunners in there, guys. You've got to have sort of one shot. You've got to have an A&A. So I've got Hotspot and I've got Optimus Prime as tanks. I've got Skylinks for AoE. I've got Warpath for AoE. I've got Sentius Magnus who can do individual damage. Jetfire can do individual damage as well. Look at the next team. Similar setup. So again, we've got Blaster in there, but don't forget you've got Quintus, so that's extra health. We've got Red Alert, who's got good health. Optimus Primal got good health. Even Goldfire's got decent health. Then we've got a gunner in there. We've got Cheetor and Six Gun and Prowl and Red Alert, who are all gunners in there. So a lot of shooting over walls. But like I said, Blaster with Quintus amounts for a lot. Then we've got Dinobot and Rodimus Prime and Sludge, who are the tanks. We've got 3 gunners in Blade, Skyburst, and Prowl. We've got Chromia, who's there to protect the bots with her stun. Then obviously Ratchet for healing. Then we have... I'm deciding to hurry up. Then we've got Star Saber, Rhinox, and Rook in terms of tanks. We've got Swoop and Silver Ball and Gnaw, Tracks. Lots of over walls, things like that, protection. No healer in there, so it's all about using Rook, using Gnaw's minions, using Silver Ball, and using Tracks just to protect your bots, basically. So using that in a different way, but still the same sort of premise. And then this team, to be honest with you, I use Goldfire to totally space and then just drop the bots, and they pretty much just walk it because Goldfire is really that much powerful. And that's honestly how I run my events. Just running those 5 teams constantly over and over again every hour, and free to play anyway. Obviously, in other events, then I do coin my bots. But yeah, that's how I run my team. So make sure you got plenty of tanks. You don't just want one tank in there, even two, because if you lose one tank and the other one's at the bottom of the map, you are stuck. So I have at least two, maybe three tanks in there, at least two gunners in there. Again, you don't want to lose one and be hitting on walls. Try and throw a healer in there. If they can't, even it's a 3-star healer, some sort of healing, whether it's Sandstorm, whether it's Springer, something like that. Have a good mixture of bots, whether it's gunners, tanks, healers, and don't just throw all your best bots into one team, all your next best bots onto another, and work down like that. It's a lot to be said for balancing them all out, because all these bots are pretty much 100% success rate in Zone 14. Every single one of these teams. So we look at 25k, Zone 14 for 19k. So it's pretty much a walkover. Zone 15 will not handle. You need your top war team. Some of the Astronomimus Prime stats is not that great, to be honest with you. He's level 57 at I don't know. He has his gold Rodimus Prime core in him, ability 6, 2-star Night Stalker. So yeah, I always put my 2-star combats on my leveling team as well, just to try and give them a bit of an edge as well. Cool. Okay, and people did ask to see. I was going to do some Zen. I can do Zen farming stuff. I still can. So how I use my team. So let's go in Prime Zone. These are some of the best bases in the team. I'm hoping to get a really top level. I haven't actually brought a combiner, which is if we get a top base in the game, I'm going to struggle. So I'm thinking I should have maybe brought a combiner, but it's not a top level base, so we should be okay. Please be me. If it was you, I'd need a combiner. I'm not going to lie. Okay, so I'd use Goldfire normally, and I'm thinking that, I may rather, use combiner, but hey, we might fail, but hey. So look at outposts. We've got to pop all the outposts. That's the #1 aim, and then do damage as well. We've got to get up to so the outposts, they don't top, they don't cross over. So we've got to do a line across the top. So I'll probably go from here to here or here to here in some way. But we definitely need to cross over there. So that's going to be the last point. These two cross over quite easily. So as long as we get up to there or up to there and our final sweep, then it's fine. So I'm thinking I always do sort of zigzag. So I'm thinking up to there. From down below here, I'm thinking up to around there or there, something like that. I'm not going to hit the MDS, sadly. Then we're going to go, if we can get up to that, perfect. Then we're going to go up to here somewhere. Hopefully maybe there, if you don't reach. I always have a double plan. If it doesn't reach, I've got a plan. I know what I'm doing. Up to there, and then up to there. That's the plan. Then we're going to drop our bots down low. And then we're going to simply walk it. Plain and simple. So put it down there like that. And then we go up there like that. Make sure we get on the beam laser. There we go, up there like that. We go up there like that. We'll drop the bots now. Drop in blasters, minions. Drop in first aid medibots. Then we're going to drop Trax's smoke. Because we're all hitting blades, got no combiner, I'm going to use the ability on that there to hack that. Blades has hacked that now. Hack this section here. We're going to use a bit of healing for Ratchet because they're all getting a bit low on health. Get a bit of a shield. And then we really need to get Rook out of there. So we're going to hack this here with blades, just again to distract them from hitting the hitting our bots. Then we're going to use Rook up here when he comes up. We don't want hitting the bots, so we're going to put Rook out front there to distract that beam laser up there. And then it's just a pretty simple walk, to be honest, yeah. I'm just going to make a point now. I'm not going to use any more ability points, I don't think. And we finished with 30 ability points left over. There you go. And that's generally how I work my team. Basically, I do a lot more damage with Goldfire. And you got to remember that's without a combiner. So with a combiner, normally, what I will do is I will throw a combiner in, especially defensor, uses reflection, and that kills a lot of the defenses, which makes it even easier. Of course, I was asking what level is Vector. I had level 16 on my maxed 5-star. So you will only need level 14 or 15 for especially a 4-star Goldfire. But that, again, is a viable tactic at any level. And, you know, that base was still a decent level base. It's still max base. And, you know, I did drop 25 points in war. But, well, just to prove that, you know, it is viable. We're doing here now. So I did drop on the commander. It is a very good base. But this will hopefully, if the replay is right, show the tactic in play again with the combiner. I think it needs level defense for a lot more, but again, we're waiting for combiner spark before we level them even more. So look at this base. It's a very high level base. Some very good cores, very well thought out base. You can see pretty much all G metal apart from a few golds. Trying to burn as much of this bottom of this base as I can. Those spider mines have been a nightmare. We popped all the outposts. Then we dropped the bots at the bottom. So we dropped Blaster's minions before we drop Defensor, so they get a shield. Don't forget, if you drop Blaster's minions before you use Defensor, they will get a shield when he comes back. So we're going to use that shield there to get rid of those defenses. Normally I would rush in, but with all defenses right aiming at the launch pad, we're going to get rid of them all first. Try and get rid of the spider mines if you can. Those are, you know, could be a nightmare. We can see that because we've done Vector, we've gold it and put the outpost, that the that Felbat's tower is left off the map, basically. I can't remember where it is now. But yeah, unable to, you know, do much damage. And then same again, all we're going to do now is just we've got to keep the bots alive. Whether we're using tracks again, whether we're using rat heal bomb. But you can see all that healing going on there. It's a crazy amount of healing. You can see the healing figures there are just absolutely crazy. The amount of healing they're getting. See, we haven't lost the bot yet. I think I lose Goldfire. I think that's the only bot I'll lose on the actual attack, maybe. And you can see there that we're just cleaning up. And then you can see we've used Blaze there because the beam blades are hitting our defenses, hitting our bot, sorry. And then again, it's just a simple walk. I think the only difference here is that Goldfire walked up those defenses and died. That's the only difference in the attack, really. But again, there's plenty of healing there. There we go. And with top shot, it takes, you know, seconds to get rid of the defenses then. And, you know, there's too much healing there for those launchers. And combine it down. But like I said, if it was that bad a base, guys, I'd have 300. And, you know, I actually dropped a attack on that commander. So, yeah, quite a good base. Quite a hard base. All the defenses down low. And, yeah, very good base, like I said. And, you know, not to be taken lightly. So, yeah, cool. What am I doing in the game? What am I doing? So, I'm saving up Spark. I want to get 3 million for ability 11. Yeah, I just want Blaster to ability 11, basically. Whether it's coming this batch or the next batch, I can't say. But I definitely want Blaster to ability 11. I want Goldfire to ability 11 and Blades to ability 11. Definitely want those 3. Jesus Fonseca's put, what about opening crystals? We haven't got really any crystals to open, but so I always say to people that, I do things for a reason. If I'm saving crystals, there's usually a reason for it, or I'm just expecting something. So I'm currently saving all my free crystals. I'm going to save every crystal that I get now. I'm not going to save my combat chips. I'm not going to bother, but I'm going to save all my freebies just for something that might come to the game. It might not. It's something that's been discussed. But yeah, I'm going to start saving all my free crystals. I don't really need them anyway. There's nothing really good coming out of them that I need. I've got all the boosts I need. I've got a decent. I'm not gonna get any 4-star. That not really. Let's be honest. So I'm gonna save all my crystals for now and then see what's coming. And in terms of crystal update, we're saving our prems as well. Like I said, May as well. Don't really need them. So we'll get another 4-star crystal this event. I did see someone ask earlier that did I get a hoist? I actually didn't, but I actually got 4,000. 4-star shards, which is pretty good, and that's the feedback that we gave to the apes. And I do want to mention something about that as well. That even though I didn't get hoist, getting 4,000 4-star shards was still a good consolation prize. So you might look and go, you know what, I didn't get hoist. I'm a bit annoyed, but I've still got a decent amount of shards from it, and that's what you want. You want a bit of bittersweet in a way. You might not get the bot, but you still got good rewards from the event. And I think the last event was really good, and I think that it was it was very good in terms of rewards, and I'm quite impressed with it, and I welcome the change. The only negative feedback that I've seen is a lot of people said that they didn't get the 2-star bot and they didn't get the shards. Not shards, sorry. They didn't get the cores that they normally get with the 2 stars. So I just want to point this out because it was mentioned in a stream, but they only touched upon it and didn't really explain it. And I think that people are getting a bit mixed up and a bit lost with it. If you go to your team section and scroll right down to the missing bot section, right at the bottom, right at the bottom, right at the bottom. Right at the bottom. You can see there, I haven't got 2-star hoist. So I could buy hoist there. Yeah, I can get hoist. So let's just show you this. So get now. Okay. Missing action, what's that? Yeah, well, you have got all the bots in the game. So we've got a hoist 2-star crystal. Yeah? We've got a hoist 2-star crystal. So I'm not sure how to back out or not. I've not used this yet, but I know how it works. So go back in again. So because I haven't opened that crystal, because it's still there, the game doesn't realize that I've got 2-star hoist yet. So what I can do is I can cash them in again and get another hoist crystal. Let's try again. And there we go. So I can keep cashing those in for 2-star hoists, but the minute that I open one and I get the 2-star, I can no longer cash those shards in. That's it. I can no longer cash them in. But you can, as long as you don't cash them in, as long as you keep your normal cores, your normal shards, and everything else on your spark. But if you look now, so because now I've actually opened one of the hoists, because I've got 2-star hoist, he's no longer in the MIA section, missing in action section, which means that I can no longer cash them in. So those guys that cashed their first 100 shards in for 2-star hoist, yes, they missed out on getting, on more hoist crystals, but cash them in. Yeah, Coulter. Yeah, you can buy the 2-star over and over, but don't forget, if you are going to save it for the 3-star or 4-star, then that's taking them off that shard amount. But you can cash it in. Don't open the crystals though. Cash them in, keep them in your space bridge, and then when you're ready to open them all, open them, and you will have all the cores there. So all those people that are complaining about the last event, saying I didn't like the last event because I didn't get the cores that I normally get. I'll guarantee that I got 2,000 shot, which is 22 stars. I got 2 3 stars and no 4 stars. So honestly, but 22 you normally get 10 crystals with hoisting it, a 10% chance. So you're getting double the 2 stars, probably double the 3 stars. I mean, I've never got 2 3 stars as far as. So you're getting double the 2 stars, double the 3 stars, but the same 4-star chance, but more chance at shards and better prim shards and better 3-star shards. So you're getting more shards, more 2-star bots, more 3-star bots. The only thing you're not getting more is the 4-star. They haven't increased the chance on that. So I don't understand how anyone can be annoyed with that event. The only reason they could be annoyed with that event is from a lack of understanding of how to do it. And I did say that to the H that we do need to get that information out there. So everyone in your alliance, guys, go back and say, listen, guys, I don't expect them to go and watch my stream, but if you want to show them, they can do. But just explain to them that, these chance events, they are good. You can cash them in and get more 2 stars. You can do that. And I think that once people realize that, everyone will be on board thinking, wow, this is, a really good event that people are going to really love and get some great rewards from. So, yeah. Is there any more questions before we sign off? We can touch upon, like I said, I'm going to do another stream at weekend, I think, a bit of leveling. We'll talk a bit more. We've touched upon synergy of teams. I want to touch a bit more on, bots that sort of complement each other, combiners that complement teams, and we can, look at that maybe. So I'll probably look at that a weekend and do another stream. I'm not too sure when yet. It all depends because last week we did a stream and I missed one of my favorite shows, sadly. So I think we'll have to change the time from last Saturday's stream. Maybe change the day, maybe change the time. Who's to know? But yeah, we'll definitely be doing stream at weekends from now on, guys. At least while we're on lockdown. And we'll chat a bit more, like I said, and we'll talk a bit more about playtesting. I can't reveal anything. You'll know when I can reveal the playtesting and reveal the ability 11 because you'll see a thumbnail that says Sunstreaker Wozza doing the stream, ability 11 batch 2. And that's when you'll know that we're going to talk about it fully. But yeah. Leader One's asking what show. Yeah, it's actually an American show that's been brought over here. It's The Masked Singer. So yeah, we have a bit of a chat between a few of us in work where we all try and guess who it is. So yeah, it's a bit of fun really. But yeah. Gozza's put, can you ask the Ace to get rid of the alloy and energon from the shop? I have said that. I literally said there are 3 things that I will tell people not to do. Don't buy bundles that give crystals at worse value than $1 per crystal. Don't buy G1 cores and never buy alloy or energon from the shop. Wow. Crazy. Banacasa support. Let us pick squads for you to run. I think the problem with that is that if you pick the squads, it need one person to pick them. Whereas, if multiple people are their input, then it's gonna be a bit chaotic, really. But yeah, I can show you the squads that I run and show you how powerful they are, how overpowered, and how balanced they are. And you can look at that when weekend when we do some leveling. So yeah, and yes, Crusher, I do watch The Masked Singer. Yes, I do. I can feel a wave of people leaving the stream, but yeah, I don't watch a lot of TV. But it's more a family thing. Me, myself, the wife, the 2 kids. We always watch it. The wife's in the chat with her friends and talk about it. And I talk about my friends, but I don't really watch TV. I do a lot of gaming. I do a lot of Earth Wars, a bit of Call of Duty, a bit of FIFA, which is football or soccer for the Americans out there. But yeah, plenty of gaming, not a lot of TV. Yeah, cool. All right, cool. Well, thanks to everyone for tuning in. Like I said, tune in weekend where we're doing a bit of leveling, running my teams, had a bit of a chat about anything else I can talk about. Talk about a bit more about synergy of more individual bots rather than teams as well. And we'll talk about that a bit more as well. All right. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Been a great stream considering that there's no content brought from Spacey, but we'll always try and talk about the hot topics on everyone's lips. And if you've got any hot topics, then yeah, send them in to me and we'll try and talk about them on stream. But if you are in VIP, don't forget, that I have a request channel where you can put requests in there. There's been regular posts of the Discord channel, so make sure you go and check that out, guys. It's a really good source of information, especially for lower to mid-level guys. And make sure you subscribe and make sure you give the video a like. We've only got 3 likes on the video, so make sure before you leave, guys, you just smash a like on that like button for the video. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate everyone for tuning in. I'll be doing another stream at weekend. We'll see you then. Watch out for the make sure you subscribe. Watch out for announcements, and we'll see you then. Peace out.